That's why they shipped him out.
Hey, maybe he's got a deal. He hasn't exactly been at the top of his game this year, so he better not be saying nothing.
Alshon has never exactly been at the top of his game because he's always broken somewhere in his lower body.
I don't know how. He's got a big frame. Buccaneers waived former first-round corner Vernon Hargraves. It's shocking. His play has been up and down this season, but you've seen a lot of games where he's had interceptions. He's been able to have passes defended, and it's just
attitude
come
problem.
from a time when he had his. Well, he also had.
I would love to see the Packers pick him up, and this isn't one of those. Oh, I want every player. No, you know why? Because I think he's got an attitude problem, much like Tony Brown, and I think that could be the right building for him, and there's nothing to lose. Like, I think you got to do it after he clears waivers, because if you pick him up on waivers, you're picking up that fifth-year option, and that's ridiculous.
Bingo. And
you
got to
wait till he clears.
Contract.
Yeah, you got to clear waivers first. I'm saying after he clears waivers. He's going to clear waivers. Nobody's picking up that fifth-year option on that.
How do you know?
Unless it's the Patriots.
So here's my question. The Bucs are kind of bad. Is this a scenario that he kind of played the Ramsey card and just, underperformed so that he could get off the team?
Repeat that again?
Do you think this is a scenario where he just underperformed, didn't really give you his all so that he just get off the team?
No, he's had really good games this season. I mean, that's what's confusing me is, yeah, he had his worst game of his career against the Cardinals, but they won. It's not like they didn't lose because of him. He just gave up some big plays. But Bruce Arians, you know him, once he sticks to his guns, he sticks to his guns. There's no pulling back. Old Brucey is a hothead, so once he does something,
and
it's
his
done.
Hot-headedness, he ain't winning down there. He was supposed to come in and turn this thing around this season, and it ain't happening.
Which also, too, I saw reports that people believe that Jameis could be possibly playing himself into another contract there. Oh, what? What? He has like 16, 17 interceptions already. What contract is he playing into?
I mean,
a
look
bench contract.
Just on his arm strength alone.
Chicago's management office was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen done is to give him another contract extension on top of the other one. For what? Hey, let's go win 6 games. That's what he did. He didn't make the playoffs after that. That was.
It's a man. I'm Jameis for trying to fit ball in tight windows, but he also just makes some throws like looking at right there.
We're going to make the tight window throws, and then next play we'll go and watch him, and there's a barn window open, and he throws it straight in the side of the barn.
It's nice to see this team with a little more balance now. I mean, Ronald Jones didn't have a big day on the ground, but they kind of have a 1-2 punch developing down there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have faith in Jameis. I feel like they got to move on like Mariota. I feel like both of them need to be let go. There's no fixing that kid.
Fair.
He's set in his ways. Like he can't be fixed with how much people want to fix him. That's the problem. Like Jameis is always going to be Jameis. You're going to get a ton of turnovers. You're going to get a ton of touchdowns. It depends on which ones are going to show up which game.
Now, forgive me for saying this. I know Pack fans nationwide are going to be very upset with what I'm about to say. There was a quarterback who played for Green Bay.
Yeah, Brett Favre. We know he's a gunslinger. That's what was Brett Favre's Achilles heel in the playoffs. He had top defenses all the time.
Okay, you know what? That is the most horse shit comparison ever. Because yes, Brett Favre has the record for the most interceptions ever thrown in a career by a quarterback. But his interception to touchdown to interception ratio was still like almost 3-1. Like, come on. Jameis ain't even close. He's like 1-2. Like he throws like 2.5 interceptions for every one touchdown. He's like he's Brett Favre in bizarro land.
No, I see where he was going with it, though. You looked at it just as a bad comparison. Brett Favre, after his 96 Super Bowl win, every time he got in the playoffs, Jay, he made game season ending interception throws, even in Minnesota. I see where Dillon's going with this because that's exactly what he did. But Favre was also another level above Jameis, Dillon. That's why I agree with Jay too, because Favre also had the ability to carry a team. Jameis, yeah, he has the nice touchdowns, but he throws 3 or 4 more turnovers than Brett at a ratio that's even higher.
He had 25 interceptions and he threw 38 touchdowns.
I mean, when you look at, Andy Reid, and then you had some of the head coaches that were there at the time. I mean, all were able to develop a quarterback. I mean, it was a big quarterback coaching group that they had when Favre was on the Packers. I'm just wondering if you think that that's the type of thing that could really help Jameis, or if Bruce Arians was it, and now that it hasn't panned out, it's over.
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Jay. I am sorry about that. I really thought you were talking to Jay.
No, do you think they've given it all they can with Jameis as far as really dedicating their coaching staff to him, or do you think that they could?
Yes, they've had 4 years to do it. Move on. Pull the plug, call it quits, go. Look at Mariota. They've already done that. They're 3-1 with Tannehill, and they just beat the frickin' Chiefs.
Why can I not think of the head coach at the time? Who was the Seattle coach when they won the Super Bowl?
Was that Holmgren? What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Yeah, that was Carroll. I thought you were talking about when we went to the Super Bowl the first time. That was Holmgren.
Yeah,
They lost to the Steelers in 2005.
Yeah.
Another great.
That was the worst quarterback performance in a winning effort by a quarterback.
74 yards and 2
interceptions. The best plays in the game were by Hines Ward and Antoine Randall Elf. They had the best
Jay, to your Brett Favre, I had to look it up. His interception to touchdown ratio was 1.51. So he was almost throwing a half of turnover for every touchdown. So, yeah, Brett was a little below what you were talking about.
But, on the big stage, you had those moments that make you say, oh,
6 interceptions to the Rams in the playoffs game.
And that,
I don't get it.
That went to the Jets. That went to the Vikings. So
it was also a different era of football too. Like he also had 1,800-yard rushers in those seasons, and you know what I mean. Like a lot of those turnovers didn't really matter. It didn't cost them games. He drove you nuts, but he understood football in a way that I know Jameis Winston, when I watch him, does not. I'm sorry.
But I see where Dillon was going with it because of the game-ending interceptions that he's had in the playoffs. It's the fact he's had them on the biggest stages every year. 2007 NFC Championship game. We have the Giants dead to rights, and he throws the worst pass to Corey Webster. Donald Driver was up on a freaking out route, and he was already going, and Corey Webster was just standing there like, oh, man, look, a ball. That's why Favre had to go. I love Favre, but he had to go, man, because of that. I love Favre to death. He's one of my favorite players, but Favre had to go because of the fact it was just over and over and over the same thing. We get to the NFC Championship or the divisionals or the wild card, and it just ends.
All right.
I can't do it.
Are you got any other news updates? Because we have to take a break and get to fantasy files.
Well, I saw where Dillon was going with it, so I had to defend his ankle.
No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying we're not. No, we're not. No, that's not what I'm going with this. I'm asking you, can I keep us on a freaking schedule and take us to break, or do you have anything else?
I mean, if you really want me to answer that, I can.
Oh, I'm going to kick your ass.
Aw. Also, the Colts had a kicking workout fiasco, folks, including Mike Nugent, Elliott Fry, Nick Rose, Greg Joseph, and even wide receiver Jaden Mickens. They tried a wide receiver at kicker today. They are that desperate because Anna Vinatieri is trash. He's old. His legacy's being tarnished now. It's ridiculous. He's Vanderjacting his own career. You guys remember Mike Vanderjagt, right? That was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing the same exact thing in the same
culture.
Can
we not bring up Mike Vanderjagt, please?
Why?
You don't want to bring up anything.
I know. I can't talk about anything.
I want to go to
China radio?
Fantasy Files because we're already 10 minutes over our freaking allotted segment time here, and I've been.
Is this China radio? Are you gonna take away Google too? Jesus.
Google sucks.
Go to break.
They have the net.
Go to break.
We're going to go to break. We'll be right back. And when we come back, it is Fantasy Files time with the fantasy whiz kid himself, Dillon. And you can follow Dillon at Dillon Busby1.
I wouldn't.
And if you haven't had enough of our banter tonight, you want to visit NFL Addictions on Facebook.com for all of your NFL banter and chatter. It's not a trash talk site, so keep it clean and keep it cordial. That's NFL Addictions on Facebook.com. And if you still got an itch to scratch when you're done with that, you want to visit Raz Addictions on Facebook.com for their version of the raffle for all kinds of cool prizes, even a chance at winning some cash. You buy a $10 raffle ticket for a chance at winning $100. That's a chance at making 10 times your money. It don't get any better than that. That's Raz Addictions on Facebook.com for a chance at all kinds of cool prizes. Tell them what you've won, Dave.
I've won everything from tailgating barbecue sets. That I have a Packers one that I won, folks, for $400. I put $40 down on the spot. I won it, and it was out of 20 spots. It's really worth it. I've also won helmets that are signed. I've won banners that are signed. I've won memorabilia rings. I've won footballs that are signed and other Packers knickknacks because that's my team. But go ahead and check them out. Cheap, affordable prices for certified, authentic stuff.
That's Raz Addictions on Facebook.com. Go there, play, and win. And as always, you can follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod, myself at UPJ33, Dave is at Steak and Cheese, and the fantasy wonder himself, Dillon, at Dillon Busby1. Email us at firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com with all your football and Packer questions and comments, and you just might find yourself making the show live. That's firstandgoalpodcast@yahoo.com. And we are back with the guys, and, we're trying to get Dillon to have his rundown, but he can't seem to find it on Twitter, even though it's in our group messenger on Twitter. He had almost 2 full minutes, and instead, he still is looking and staring at us. So what I will tell you is what we want from you right now, Dillon, is we want the fantasy files, okay? And we're going to start with a week recap of all the games. You got that?
Look, you keep talking slowly, and I'm going to end this right now. I know how to check it on Twitter. It's not that hard. No, I didn't get your oh-so-important docket that says 5 minutes do this, 5 minutes do that. I can do it on the fly, bro. Let's go.
That guy right there, he's going to help me win.
Injuries. You want to talk injury report? Austin
well,
Hooper.
you're talking over you're stepping over your music.
Sterling Shepard is on bye week, but he's probably going to be out for a while. Brian Hill, number 1 waiver wire pickup in my opinion. Darius Slayton becomes another good waiver wire pickup in my opinion.
Wait a second, you're way off here. Stop. Not how this goes. This is
I just texted it to
you need the rundown. You're getting all out of sorts already. We have structure, Dillon. Structure.
I don't need your basic, all right? Let's do this.
He says he doesn't need your pumpkin spice latte.
What the hell did you drink today? Have you been drinking? Are you like in the gin bottle real heavy tonight? Or did you have some
He's not a gin guy. He's a whiskey guy.
Well, that would explain the hostile, diminutive, freaking rhetorical questions you keep spewing at me.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking, Dillon?
Nope.
Okay. Did you get the text now?
You want me to check the text while I'm on my phone talking to you guys? Or?
Oh, yeah. You don't have a computer ready?
Got a tablet.